Hi, friends. In our time together today, I'd like us to think about revisiting some of our first tunes. Well, the tunes we first used to learn to play. I recently introduced the mazurka, Shoe the Donkey. The Mountain Mama, member of our community that regularly contributes great stuff, replied and said this was one of the first tunes she learned and it was really fun revisiting it. I appreciate that comment and it set me thinking. We often, you use a tune to learn to play. Or maybe it's one of the first tunes you play. And you set it aside and think, I just used that to learn to play. And you don't go back to it again. Pull them out. There's good value here, you see. We learn those tunes as we're just getting started. And we get started by using those tunes to learn. And we play a lot better now than we did when we were just getting started. And now and then it's good to demonstrate or prove to yourself that you play better than you did. So pull out those first tunes and see how you're doing today in expressing them. You're probably not going to be where you want to be, but you're going to be so much better than you were. The first tune I played when I was just getting started on my Lodi whistle journey, which is really rapidly becoming my whistle journey. I'm still very much focused on the Lodi whistle, but the first tune was The Dawning of the Day. That was like 14 months ago, and I just listened to myself playing it. Oh boy, I was a brand new player, and that's okay. I have decades of experience playing wind instruments, but when I first started playing the whistle, it was pretty rough. And I listened to myself. I had difficulty with hole coverage. I had difficulty with tone quality, difficulty with note transition, and ornaments weren't even a consideration at that point. You see, we can't focus on ornamentation and expression while we're still building the foundation of those basic skills. And so that's why I harp again and again on reinforcing and developing those core skills that are going to help us turn into musicians with our whistles. You see, once we learn the basics, we can then begin paying attention to playing tunes as we would like, emotionally, whatever the emotion might be, expressively, with ornaments. So take deep delight in pulling out. I don't know what your first tune was. Put a comment in the notes to this video. What was your first tune? I'd love to know. Everybody else wants to know. What was your first tune? So let's pay attention to that. Let's think about those first tunes. Pull yours out. See how you're doing today with it. And delight in the fact that you could play it so much better now than you ever dreamed you could when you first learned that tune. Unless that was yesterday. Although if it was yesterday, you could probably play it better today anyway, though the difference may not be dramatic. With that in mind, I'd like to play The Dawning of the Day. I'm not at all where I want to be as a musician with my whistle, but I'm working, I'm enhancing my skills, I'm expanding my skill set, and I'm trying to get better and better. So I want to play The Dawning of the Day to remind myself that I'm making progress and to feel like, yes, I am starting to achieve the goals that I set out to achieve. I've listened to myself playing it earlier. Now, when I play it now, it's not going to be amazing, but that's okay. It's gonna be better. And that's what excites me. And I'm going to be able to do some things with my expression and my ornamentation that I couldn't even dream of doing 14 months ago. Isn't that fun? I love that reality. Pull out your old tunes and do it. Now, what I'd like to do is remind us very, very, very briefly of the lyrics for the tune. Um, there are a few sets of lyrics that you'll find. The story basically runs something along the lines of, it opens with a young man telling his story. Uh, he either is at the dawning of the day meeting a beautiful young milkmaid, or meeting a woman, another beautiful woman, and he instantly falls in love, or he's out at the dawning of the day reflecting on the fact that he has to leave, like maybe to go off to war, his the love of his life. And the tune progresses and the story progresses, and it goes from this deep love to deep sorrow and regret over either she rejects him, he rejects her, or he's going off to war and he's not sure he's coming back. So I'm gonna play it a couple of different ways. So what I want to do in playing this is I'm going to play it through just kind of that light. I'm just going to play it twice. I'm going to play it that light storytelling intro that's still showing some emotion coming. But everything in the story happens at the dawning of the day. At the dawning of the day, he meets his love. At the dawning of the day, he woos her. In one of the stories, at the dawning of the day, he loses her. So that's the running theme in every set of lyrics. So I was listening to as you know I like to do, I was listening to a number of versions of the dawning of the day. And I found a recording of John McCormack singing this tune. The recording's from 1934, and I just love how he did it. And that's the version that's probably influencing my playing. If you're wondering at all, and you're probably not. So I'll stick a link to that video in the notes to this video. And no, I'm not sticking a link to how I originally played Dawning of the Day. So, Dawning of the Day, through twice. Well, I am not where I want to be, but I am so much further down the road. I'm making progress toward where I want to be. And I know you are too. Grab an old tune, my friend, pull it out, and make yourself happy playing it today, playing it better. Again, please let us all know, what were your first tunes? What was like the tune you cut your teeth on? Until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling, my friends.